Hi everyone. In the last videos, we have discussed the theoretical part related to unit number 5, that is management of current assets. In this video, I am going to discuss problematic part related to preparation of cash budget. So, cash budget means here it is a summary of, or it is the statement of cash position at the end of a particular period. So here in this video we are going to discuss how to prepare cash budget. See here, there is a problem. From the following budget data, forecast the cash position at the end April, May and June 2011. See here, months, sales, purchases, wages, miscellaneous expenses. See here, months given February, March, April, May and June. See, sales 1,20,000, 1,30,000, 80,000, 1,16,000, 88,000. Coming to purchases, 84,000, 1 lakh, 1,04,000, 1,06,000, 80,000. Wages 10,000, 12,000, 8,000, 10,000, 8,000. Miscellaneous expenses 7,000, 8,000, 6,000, 12,000 and 6,000. See here, in this data there are 5 months are there, and the information is provided for sales, monthly wise, purchases, wages and miscellaneous expenses. Apart from this information, some additional information also provided in the problem. See here, let us discuss one by one additional information. First of all, sales. See here, 20% realized. See here, see, sales 20% realized in the month sales, discount allowed 2%, balance realized equally in subsequent months. See here, see, regarding sales, the additional information is provided that 20% realized in the month of sales. That means if the sales are 100%, out of 100%, only 20% are cash sales. See here, the sales can be cash sales and credit sales. So cash sales means the immediate, we will get immediate cash in case of cash sales. In case of credit sales, the amount will be collected in the future, that is in the subsequent months. So here, according to the information given in the problem, 20% sales are cash sales. So here, for the cash sales, we are allowing discount 2%. So here, discount allowed 2%. See here, 20% are the cash sales and we are allowing 2% discount on cash sales. Discount cash, discount will be allowed for the cash sales only, comma, balance realized equally in 2 subsequent months. See here, 20% are the cash sales and remaining 80% are the credit sales. So here, the remaining 80% of credit sales will be realized equally in 2 subsequent months. So in 2 subsequent months ante, so next month and after that next month. Okay, so here this is the sales and the information given additionally for the calculation purpose while we are preparing cash budget. Okay, so it will be discussed in working notes in detail. Next, purchases. See, these are paid in the month following the month of supply. See here, these are paid in the month following the month of supply. For example, raw material purchased from the creditors in the month of March. సో మనం మార్చ్లో రా మెటీరియల్ పర్చేస్ చేస్తే దీని పేమెంట్ ఎప్పుడు చేస్తున్నామంటే in the following the month of supply, అంటే సప్లై జరిగిన నెక్స్ట్ మంత్ అన్నట్టు. అంటే ఇన్ ద మంత్ ఆఫ్ మార్చ్ if we purchase raw material from the supplier, then the amount will be paid in the next month, that is in the month of April. So that is called the following month of supply or the following month of purchase. Okay, and third one, miscellaneous expenses paid a month in arrears. So miscellaneous expenses paid a month in arrears, that means there is a delay 1 month in payment of miscellaneous expenses. సో 1 month డిలేగా పే చేస్తున్నాం, 1 month ఎరియర్స్ అన్నట్టు, ఎప్పుడు కూడా 1 month ఎరియర్స్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ వేజెస్ 25% పెయిడ్ ఇన్ ఎరియర్స్ ఫాలోయింగ్ మంత్. See here, the wages related to 75%, I mean out of 100%, 75% wages are paid in that particular month and remaining 25% wages are paid in the next month. అంటే 100% వేజెస్లో 75% వేజెస్ అనేది ఆ పర్టిక్యులర్ మంత్లోనే పే చేస్తున్నాం, బట్ రిమైనింగ్ 25% ఆఫ్ వేజెస్ మాత్రం ఏరియర్స్ అంటే బకాయిలు అన్నట్టు, అవి ఎప్పుడు పే చేస్తున్నాం, నెక్స్ట్ మంత్లో పే చేస్తున్నాం. రెంట్, సి హియర్ ₹1 పెయిడ్ క్వార్టర్లీ ఇన్ అడ్వాన్స్ డ్యూ ఇన్ ఏప్రిల్. సో హియర్ ₹1,000 పర్ మంత్ పెయిడ్ క్వార్టర్లీ ఇన్ అడ్వాన్స్ డ్యూ ఇన్ ఏప్రిల్. సో మంత్లీ 1,000 అంటే క్వార్టర్కి ఎంత, క్వార్టర్లీ 3 months. సో 3 into 1,000 3,000, దట్ ఈస్ అడ్వాన్స్ పేమెంట్ ఆఫ్ రెంట్. సో విచ్ ఈస్ డ్యూ ఇన్ ద మంత్ ఆఫ్ ఏప్రిల్. ఏప్రిల్లో మనం పే చేయాల్సి ఉందని చెప్తున్నాడు. ఎవ్రీ అంటే 3 months ఏప్రిల్ మే జూన్కి సంబంధించి అడ్వాన్స్ పేమెంట్ చేస్తున్నాం, ఇట్ షుడ్ బి పేయబుల్ ఇన్ ద మంత్ ఆఫ్ ఏప్రిల్ అని చెప్తున్నాడు. సో దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ 1,000 పర్ మంత్ for 3 months, that is ₹3,000 is the rent which is payable in the month of April. Income tax, first installment of advance tax of ₹25,000 due on or before 15th June. So here first installment of advance tax ₹25,000 we have to pay on or before 15th June. So here 25,000 rupees of first installment of advance tax will be incurred in the month of June. And next, income from investments ₹5,000 received quarterly in April, July, etc. So there is a income from investments that should be received ₹5,000 quarterly. So 5,000 rupees quarterly this వస్తుందంట income from investments. So here that should be received in the month of April and July, etc. So this is income. And the minimum cash balance expected to be ₹5,000 on 1st April 2011. So what is the minimum cash balance? That means opening cash balance on 1st April 2011 is 5,000. So here this is a problem. So by taking into the consideration of additional information and the above information, we need to estimate or forecast the cash position at the end of April, May and June 2011. That means we are going to prepare a cash budget for the 3 months period, that is April, May and June 2011. Okay, so we'll discuss the solution here. This is a pro forma of cash budget. So here this pro forma of cash budget is according to the receipts and payment method. I repeat, this pro forma of cash budget is according to the receipts and payments method. See here, it starts with opening balance of cash and we have to add all the estimated receipts during the period. So during the period, so here we are going to prepare the cash budget for the 3 months, that is April, May and June. So we have to enter the estimated receipts related to these 3 months only. So other than these 3 months, if the information is given in the problem, even we don't take into the consideration. If the information is related to these 3 months only, we need to enter in that particular months column. Other than the information related to these 3 months, here the information is purely ignored. See, for the opening balance of cash, here we need to add all the estimated receipts for the particular period of time, and we have to less all the estimated payments which are related to a particular period of time. And if you less the payments, then the amount will be called as closing balance. See here, the closing balance will become opening balance of cash for the next month. The closing balance of a cash, the closing balance of cash for a month, it will become opening balance of cash for the next month. Okay, so here let us come to the point. Opening balance rupees 5,000. Opening balance rupees 5,000, which was given in the problem. And next we need to add all the receipts, and we need to less all the payments. So here, what are the receipts in the given problem? So here in the given problem, the receipts are, see here, sales. So in sales there are cash sales and credit sales. So these two are receipts. So that means sales is one of the item of receipts. So next, purchases, that is expenditure. Miscellaneous expenses, expenditure. Wages, expenditure. Rent, expenditure. Income tax, expenditure or payments. And income from investments, that is income or receipts. So out of these different elements, there are only 3 elements which comes under receipts, that is cash sales. Second one is credit sales or collection from debtors. Credit sales అంటే ఏంటి ఇక్కడ, collection from debtors అన్నట్టు. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఏంటి అంటే ఇన్కమ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్స్. సో ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ we will do all the calculation part, that is working notes we will do. After making proper working notes, then we can easily understand the cash budget preparation. So first we need to calculate, or we need to go for the working notes. See here, working notes 1, calculation of cash sales and collection from debtors. So in the given problem, the cash sales are 20% and the remaining sales are credit sales, and on cash sales we are giving 2% discount. See here, look at the working notes properly and listen it carefully. It is very easy to understand, but most of the students, they will get a lot of confusion. So this confusion will lead because of ఇంప్రాపర్ అటెన్షన్. అంటే మనం ప్రాపర్గా వినకపోవడం వల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ అనేది అర్థం అవ్వదు. సి హియర్, దీస్ ఆర్ ద సేల్స్ గివెన్ అకార్డింగ్ టు ద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. ఫిబ్రవరి, మార్చ్, ఏప్రిల్, మే అండ్ జూన్. సో ఫిబ్రవరి 1,20,000, మార్చ్ 1,30,000, ఏప్రిల్ 80,000, మే 1,16,000 and June 88,000. So these are the sales information given monthly wise. So here horizontally we have taken February, March, April, May, June to calculate what are the cash sales and what is the amount of collection from debtors in each and every month. See, February 1,20,000 sales. So in that particular month the sales were 1,20,000. So out of 1,20,000, only 20% sales are cash sales and the remaining 80% sales are credit sales. So in 1,20,000, 20% means 24,000. See, 1,20,000 లో 20% క్యాష్ సేల్స్ ఎంత అంటే 24,000. సో హియర్ ద క్యాష్ సేల్స్ 24,000 for the month of February. So here the amount will be collected immediately in that particular month only. So here cash receipts in the form of cash sales in the month of February is 24,000. Okay, so actual sales are 1,20,000. Out of 1,20,000, we have collected 24,000 immediately in that month, particular month, that is February. So that means remaining 96,000 rupees are credit sales. Okay, so remaining 96,000 rupees are credit sales. So here what is the condition? Here what is the adjustment means? Here the adjustment is 20% sales are cash sales and the remaining amount should be collected in 2 subsequent months equally అన్నాడు. అంటే 96,000 should be collected equally in 2 subsequent months. So what are the 2 subsequent months for the February అంటే మార్చ్ అండ్ ఏప్రిల్. సో ఫిబ్రవరి తర్వాత వచ్చే 2 నెలలు ఏవి అంటే మార్చ్ అండ్ ఏప్రిల్. సో 96,000 should be collected in the month of March and April equally. సో 96,000లో ఈక్వల్గా 2 పార్ట్స్ చేస్తే ఎంత 48,000 అండ్ 48,000. సో 1,20,000 సేల్స్లో ఫిబ్రవరిలో క్యాష్ సేల్స్ 24,000 20% and remaining 80% or 96,000 should be collected in the month of March and April equally 48,000 48,000. Now here see 48,000 plus 48,000 96,000, 96,000 plus 24,000 1,24,000, sorry 1,20,000. It is clear. So ఫిబ్రవరి సేల్స్లో 20% ఫిబ్రవరిలో కలెక్ట్ అయింది, రిమైనింగ్ 80% ఈక్వల్గా 48,000 మార్చ్లో 48,000 ఏప్రిల్లో కలెక్ట్ అయింది. రైట్. సో నెక్స్ట్ similar calculation will be made for the month of March. See here in the March the actual sales are 1,30,000. So here what are the cash sales? Here the cash sales are 20%. So 20% should be calculated on 1,30,000. So 1,30,000 లో 20% calculate చేస్తే here the amount will be 26,000. Here the cash sales are 26,000. Okay, so what are the credit sales? So here the cash sales are 26,000. So here the credit sales will be 1,04,000. So 1,30,000 నుంచి 26,000 పోతే ఎంత 1,04,000. So this 1,04,000 will be collected equally in the next 2 subsequent months. So మార్చ్కి నెక్స్ట్ 2 months ఏంటి ఏప్రిల్ అండ్ మే. సో 1,04,000ని 50% ఎంత 52,000 అండ్ రిమైనింగ్ 50% ఎంత 52,000. సో 52,000 in the month of April, remaining 52,000 in the month of May. So total together 52,000 plus 52,000 1,04,000, 1,04,000 plus 26,000 1,30,000. So here likewise March sales 1,30,000, out of 1,30,000 20%, that is 26,000 rupees are the cash sales which will be collected in that particular month March only, and the remaining 1,04,000 are the credit sales should be collected in the next 2 subsequent months equally, that is 52,000 in the month of April and remaining to 52,000 in the month of May. And next April sales are rupees 80,000. So 80,000 into 20%, that is 20% are the cash sales. So 80,000 into 20 means that is 16,000. Okay, here the cash sales are 16,000 in the particular month of April. So what about credit sales? Here 80,000 minus 16,000, 64,000. So here the credit sales are 64,000. Here the 64,000 will be collected equally in the next two subsequent months. That is, what are the next two subsequent months for the April? That is May and June. So the remaining 64,000 will be collected equally in the month of May and June. That is 64,000 means half. Half means 32,000 in the month of May and remaining 32,000 in the month of June. See here, 32,000 May, 32,000 June, 64 plus April, already we are going to collect 16,000 instantly. So that is equals to 80,000. Okay, so next, coming to May. See here, what are the sales for the May? 1,16,000. So 1,16,000 లో 20% calculate చేస్తే then the amount will be 23,200. 1,16,000 into 20 by 100, then you will get 23,200. These are the cash sales and the amount will be collected immediately in that particular month, that is May. And the remaining amount, that is 46,400 in the month of June and remaining 46,400 in the month of July. So 46,400 and 46,400, that is 92,800. See here, out of 1,16,000, here the cash sales are 23,200. See here, out of 23,200, the remaining amount will be called as credit sales. The credit sales amount is 92,800. See here, the 92,800 will be collected subsequently equally. So that is 46,400 in the month of June and remaining 46,400 in the month of July. But here we didn't take July and August like that, because we need to calculate or we need to prepare cash budget for the month of April, May and June. So these 3 months information is enough for us to prepare the cash budget. So here we are not going to prepare for the month of August and September. So that is why the reason here we are not taking August, September columns. Okay, so 46,400 will be collected in the month of June and remaining 46,400 will be collected in the month of July. And next, coming to June amount, the June sales are 88,000. So out of 88,000, here see 20% are cash sales. సో జూన్లో 88,000 మనం సేల్స్ చేస్తున్నామంటే దాంట్లో వచ్చే అమౌంట్ ఎంత జూన్లో అంటే ఓన్లీ క్యాష్ సేల్స్ అమౌంట్ మాత్రమే వస్తుంది. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద పర్సంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ క్యాష్ సేల్స్? 20%. సో హియర్ ద అమౌంట్ షుడ్ బి కలెక్టెడ్ ఇన్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ మంత్ ఈజ్ 17,600. Okay, 17,600 amount will be collected as cash sales, and the remaining amount after cash sales, the remaining amount will be called as credit sales. That is 70,400 are the credit sales. So 70,400 credit sales will be collected subsequently in the next 2 months, that is July and August. 35,200, 35,200. But we are not taking into the consideration of July and August data, because we are going to prepare only the budget for the 3 months, that is April, May and June. So here in the June, what are the cash sales? 17,600. Okay, right now see, if you observe it clearly, here the amounts in blue color, the amounts which was indicated in blue color are cash sales monthly wise. and the amounts which was indicated in red color are collection from debtors, that is called credit sales. Okay, and see, one more adjustment is there, that is for cash sales we are offering or we are allowing 2% of discount. So now we'll calculate the discount amount, and let us, after calculation, again we will come back to this particular, we can say that calculation part. Okay, let's see here, calculation of discount. See, in April, May, June, we are taking only consideration of these 3 months, as the budget should be prepared for quarterly, that is these 3 months only. So as per our previous calculation, here the cash sales for the month of April is 16,000, for the month of May 23,200, for the month of June 17,600. So here there is a discount allowed is 2%. The discount allowed is 2%. Here the discount allowed is 2%. So 16,000 into 2 divided by 100. 16,000 into 2 divided by 100. That is equals to rupees 320. So here 16,000 మీద 2% అంటే 320 rupees as a discount. మేలో 23,200 into 2 divided by 100, that is equals to 464 is a discount. And next in June, 17,600 into 2 divided by 100, that is equals to 352 rupees discount. So 320 discount in April, 464 in the month of May, and in the month of June 352 rupees. So this amount, ఈ డిస్కౌంట్ అమౌంట్ అనేది క్యాష్లో నుంచి, అంటే క్యాష్ సేల్స్ నుంచి మనం డిడక్ట్ చేస్తే దెన్ యాక్చువల్ క్యాష్ సేల్స్ ఎంత అనేది మనకు వస్తుంది. నౌ కమింగ్ టు ద పాయింట్ హియర్, in the month of April, here 320 is the discount. In the month of May, 464 is the discount. In the month of June, 352 is the discount. Now actual cash sales in the month of April is 16,000 minus discount, cash discount, that is 320 is equals to 15,680. Okay, similarly in the month of May, actual cash sales are 23,200 minus 464 discount. Actual cash received enta 22,736. And in the month of June, 17,600 are the cash sales, deduction discount 352, that is equals to 17,248. So here cash sales for the month of April 15,680, May 22,736, and June 17,248 after deduction of discount. So these amounts we are going to put in this budget. So here sales, cash sales 15,680, 22,736, and 17,248. So these amount are taken from the working notes after calculation of working notes: 15,680, 22,736, 17,248. So this is what about cash sales. So here see, this is the opening balance of cash April 5,000. We are adding cash sales like this. Monthly was 15,680, May 22,736, June 17,248. Similarly, coming to the collection from debtors, so here we can identify, as I told you already, here the collection from debtors, now which amounts we have to taken into the consideration. Only we have to taken into the consideration of these 3 months, April, May and June. No need to take, except these 3 months, no need to consider the remaining data. So here the remaining data is exclusively for our calculation purpose. After calculation, only we need to take the amounts which are related to our problem, that is for the 3 months period, that is April, May and June. So here see, in the red color amounts, these are the collection from debtors monthly wise. See, for the April 48,000 and 52,000 together 1 lakh. Next May 52,000 32,000 together 84,000, and here June 32,000 plus 46,400, that is equals to 78,400. So these are the collection from debtors. So here the collection from debtors are 1 lakh 84,000 and 76,400. See here 1 lakh 78,400, 1 lakh 84,000, 78,400 according to our calculation. So here in this working notes we have calculated the amount of cash sales after discount for the month of April, May and June. At the same time, the amount which is collected from debtors for the April, May and June respectively. Okay, so here collection from debtors 1,84,000 and 78,400 for the month of April, May and June respectively. And here one more income from investment. See here, look at the point, last one, income from investment 5,000 received quarterly in April and July annadu. So here April 5,000 we have taken into the consideration as an income, and one more amount should be collected in the month of July. So but we are preparing up to June only, so that is why the reason July we are ignoring here, because here in this problem he asked to prepare cash budget for the 3 months, that is April, May and June. So here the income from investment received quarterly in the month of April and July, but here there is no July, so that is why the reason July amount we are not taking in this problem. So here these are the receipts. And coming to payments, see here payment to creditors, wages, miscellaneous expenses, rent and income tax. So now let us calculate one by one. Now first purchases. So purchases means that is payment to creditors. So payment to creditors means see here these are the purchases for the months in as per the given problem. February, March, April, May and June. So February 84,000, March 1 lakh, April 1 lakh 4,000, May 1 lakh 6,000 and June 80,000 purchases. So here what is the adjustment for the purchases? Now look at the, see here these are paid in the month following the month of supply. So if you purchase in the month of April, then the actual payment will be taken in the month of May. So that is the next month. So after receiving the goods or after supply of goods, so where the supply of goods takes place in the next month, the payment will be completed. So here that means see purchased goods in the month of February 84,000. Here the payment 84,000 will be made in the month of March. Okay, similarly the March purchases are 1 lakh. So here this amount of 1 lakh will be paid in the month of April. So April purchases are 1 lakh 4,000 and these 1 lakh 4,000 will be paid in the month of May. So May purchases 1 lakh 6,000, 1 lakh 6,000 will be paid in the month of June. June 80,000 purchases are there. The 80,000 purchases will be paid, the amount will be paid in the month of July. So that means if you purchase in a particular month, here the payment for the creditors will be taken place in the next month of purchase. So according to this information, now we are preparing the budget for the month of April, May and June. So here we need to take the amounts, actual amounts which are payable monthly wise. So April we are paying 1,000, this 1 lakh related to March purchases. So May we are paying 1,04,000. This 1,04,000 related to April purchases, and June 1,06,000 we are paying. This 1,06,000 related to May purchases. So April, May, June amount payable towards creditors is 1 lakh, 1,04,000, 1,06,000 respectively. So here payment to creditors 1 lakh, 1,04,000, 1,06,000. Okay, so next coming to the calculation of wages. See here, calculation of wages. See, wages given February 10,000, March 12,000, April 8,000, May 10,000, and June 8,000. See here, the adjustment is given in the problem is 75% wages are paid in that particular month. Only 25% are arrears will be paid in the next month. అంటే ఏ మంత్కి ఆ మంత్లో 75% వేజెస్ అనేది పే చేస్తున్నారు. The remaining 25% only arrears will be paid in the next month. So we'll calculate here. So February wages 10,000 లో 75% paid in February, that is 7,500, and remaining 25% will be paid in March, that is 2,500. Similarly, March wages 12,000, 75% paid, that is 9,000 in the month of March, and remaining 3,000, that is 25% will be paid in the month of April. Close. Next, April 8,000. See, 75% on 8,000, that is 6,000 is paid in that particular month April, and remaining arrears, that is 25%, means 2,000 will be paid in the month of May. And next, May 10,000 wages, out of 75% paid in the month of May, that is 7,500. Remaining 25%, 2,500 will be paid in the month of June. And last, that is June 8,000. See, 75%, that is 6,000 paid in the month of June, and remaining 2,000 will be paid in the month of July. But here we are not taking the column for the month of July. Now here, for how many months we are going to prepare the cash budget? 3 months. So what are they? April, May, and June. So this information only we need to take into the consideration. See here, the total amount payable in the form of wages in the month of April is 3 plus 6, 9,000. And next, in the month of May, 2 plus 7,500, 9,500. And in the month of June, 2,500 plus 6,000, 8,500. That means only we need to take into the consideration of these 3 months wages. Here, either the wages are related to that particular month or the wages are related to arrears. It does not matter. But here we need to take into the consideration of the actual amount paid towards the wages in that particular month only will be taken into the consideration. So here 3 plus 6, 9, 2 plus 7,500, 9,500, and 2 plus 6,000, 8,500. So in this 9,000, 6,000 are present month and remaining 3,000 are previous month wages. Out of 9,500, 7,500 are present wages and remaining 2,000 are previous month wages. And here also, out of 8,500, 6,000 are present month, that is June wages, and remaining 2,500 are related to previous month, that is May wages arrears. So here 9,000, 9,500, 8,500 will take. See, wages 9,000, 9,500 and 8,500. And next, miscellaneous expenses. See here, regarding the miscellaneous expenses, what is the adjustment? Paid a month in arrears. So that is 1 month delay. Miscellaneous expenses, as like purchases, there is a 1 month delay. See, February, March, April, May, June, 7,000, 8,000, 6,000, 12,000, 6,000. So here February miscellaneous expenses will be paid in the month of March. March expenses will be payable in the month of April. April expenses will be payable in the month of May. Similarly, May miscellaneous expenses will be paid in the month of June, and June miscellaneous expenses will be paid in the month of July. So here April, May, June, we these three only we need to take. So here April we are paying 8,000, May we are paying 6,000, June 12,000. So here the miscellaneous expenses here see 8,000, 6,000 and 12,000 respectively for the months of April, May and June. So here rent, see rent payable quarterly in advance 1,000 per month. So this should be payable in the month of April annadu. So that is called 3 months. 1,000 into 3, 3,000 should be payable in the month of April. Right. Income tax advance. See here. First installment advance tax rupees 25,000 due on or before June. So June lo mana pay cheyalsina amount enta 25,000. So here the income tax amount has taken in the month of June. Now the calculation part is over and the amounts which have been taken from the working notes all put together in this pro forma, that is cash budget pro forma. Now we'll see here 5,000 opening balance given already. We added all the receipts. Here the receipts, after adding all the receipts, here 1,25,680, and here if you deduct all the payments, the closing balance ante 1,25,680 నుంచి 1,09,000, 8,000, 3,000 పేమెంట్స్ డిడక్ట్ చేసిన వచ్చిన అమౌంట్ ఏమంటామంటే క్లోజింగ్ బ్యాలెన్స్ ఆఫ్ క్యాష్ అంటాం. సో హియర్ what is the closing balance of cash for the month of April? 5,680. So here the closing balance cash for the month of April will become opening balance of cash for the month of May. So here closing balance of cash for the month of April will become opening balance of cash for the month of May. See here May, see here opening balance of cash 5,680. So sales and collection from debtors will be added, then the amount will be 1,12,416 and we need to deduct all the payments, then the amount will be 7,084 under bracket, that is negative balance. So minus 7,084. So here the minus 7,084 closing balance will become opening balance for the month of June, that is 7,084. So after deduction, after adding all the receipts, the total receipts will be 88,564, and after making all the payments, see here 62,936 under bracket, that is closing balance of cash 62,936. See here closing balance means deficit, so it's showing minus means it indicates that shortage of cash, that is deficit of cash. So here as per our calculation we can say that here what is the position of cash, what is the cash position means here at the end of April the closing balance of cash is 5,680 positive balance. So that is no problem for the month of April. So as per the receipts our payments are there, here the surplus amount is there, no need to worry for the month of April as per our estimation. But coming to May, here our receipts are less and the payments are more, so that is why the reason the closing balance is showing negative, that is 7,084. As similarly June also the receipts are less and the payments are more, so that is why the reason it is showing 62,936 negative balance. So here the conclusion is For the month of May and June, here the cash position is shortage, that is negative cash position. So here the firm should make necessary arrangements to overcome from this problem. So here look at the conclusion. The cash position in the month of April is surplus and in the month of May and June is deficit. To meet the expenses in these 2 months, the firm should go for short-term loan or working capital loan. So as per our estimation, only in the month of April is surplus. So no need to worry about cash position in the month of April. But coming to the May and June, here the cash balance is showing negative, that is called deficit balance. So here to meet the expenses in these 2 months particularly, here the firm should go for short term loan or working capital loan. So here this is what about the preparation of cash budget. So here what is the need to prepare the cash budget means here to estimate what is the actual position of cash in each and every month. If the cash position is surplus, then no need to worry. The financial manager no need to worry, or the businessman no need to worry about cash. If the cash balance is shortage or negative, or it shows the deficit balance for particular month, then accordingly to overcome from that particular problem, that is deficit of cash, here the firm or the financial manager should make necessary arrangement. So that is why the reason here the important, here this is the important element, that is estimation of cash position for the future. So if you estimate, then it is able to know whether there is a surplus or deficit. So if it is surplus, no problem, but if there is a deficit situations are there, so according to the situation, here the firm can make necessary arrangement. So here this is what about the preparation of cash budget, to know what is the cash position at the end of a different particular months. Okay, so another problem on cash budget will be discussed in the next video. Thank you.